Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Dancing with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary catechism, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramaniya Swami, a richly illustrated sourcebook of Indian spirituality in question and answer form, exploring how to know the divine, honor all creation, and see God everywhere, in everyone. Today's lesson is lesson 141, and we'll begin by reading the caption to the facing image. Followers of a Saivite lineage, a Vaishnavite heritage, and the Sikh tradition assemble at an outdoor pavilion. Though their paths and philosophies differ, they live in harmony and mutual respect, here keeping time with their hands as they sing in unison. Lesson 141. What are the many Hindu philosophies? Shloka 141. From time immemorial, India's sages and philosophers have pondered the nature of reality. Out of their speculations have blossomed hundreds of schools of thought, all evolving from the rich soil of village Hinduism. Om. Bhashya. At one end of Hinduism's complex spectrum is monism, Advaita, which perceives the unity of God, soul, and world, as in Sankara's acosmic pantheism and Kashmir Shaiva monism. At the other end is dualism, Dvaita, exemplified by Madhva and the early Pashupatas, which teaches two or more separate realities. In between are views describing reality as one and yet not one, Dvaita Advaita, such as Ramanuja's Vaishnava Vedanta and Srikanta Shaiva Vishishtadvaita. Hindu philosophy consists of many schools of Vedic and Agamic thought, including the six classical darshanas, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. Each theology expresses the quest for God and is influenced by the myth, mystery, and cultural syncretism of contemporary tribal shamanic Hinduism alive in every village in every age. India also produced views called Nastika that reject the Vedas and are thus not part of Hinduism, such as Jainism, Sikhism, Buddhism, and Charvaka materialistic atheism. The Vedas state, theologians ask, what is the cause? Is it Brahma? Whence are we born? Whereby do we live? And on what are we established? Om Namah Shivaya. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Living with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary culture, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramaniya Swami. 365 daily lessons based on ancient Vedic laws, disclosing how to approach family, money, relationships, technology, food, worship, yoga, and karma to live a truly spiritual life. Today's lesson is lesson 141, and the topic is the ideals of marriage. Marriage is an institution, a business, a spiritual partnership, a furtherance of humanity, and a contract, a three-level contract involving body, mind, and emotion. Marriage is a necessary commitment not only for the continuation of the human race, but also for the furtherance of each individual soul's spiritual unfoldment. The interaction on all levels between the couple and later their children molds the good, bad, and confused karmas into new dimensions. Saivite marriages involve not only the bride and groom, but also their parents, their priest, guru, astrologer, relatives on both sides, and the entire community. The feeling of responsibility to the community is ever present. The community's feeling of responsibility to make each of its marriages work out well is also always present. Why are Saivite marriages different from other kinds of marriages? It is because of the ever-abiding belief in the ever-present oneness of God Shiva within each one. God Shiva is within you, and you are within God Shiva. God Shiva is the life of our lives. This and more the Saivite saints sang. To forget that Shiva is within the wife, to forget that Shiva is within the husband, is to forget Shaivism itself. This basic Saivite belief lays the psychological foundation for the husband to see the wife as a goddess and the wife to see her husband as a god. All other behavior comes out of this belief. Belief creates attitudes, and attitudes create actions. The knowing that each one has come into life to work out certain karmas they brought with them in this birth, and that karmas are generally worked out through other people, gives a challenge and a goal to resolve these karmas and receive the reward of mukti, freedom from rebirth. Because of this belief, this understanding, the husband and wife blend their energies more constructively. Their attitudes are naturally more generous, forgiving, and understanding. Their actions and interactions more harmonious and mutually supportive. A woman gives her prana, spiritual energy, to her husband, making him strong. Children give their prana to their parents, because to them the parents are Shiva Shakti, the first guru. The wife, always attending to her husband's needs, sets the pattern for the children. By focusing her energies within her family, she builds up a great spiritual vibration in the home. In fulfilling his Purusha Dharma, the husband gives his prana, love, and loyalty to his family, and he benefits the community through his service. He never ever raises his voice in the home, nor does he show anger in any way. He is the model for the entire family. When his sons come of age, they join their pranas with his, and as a result, the family, the community, and the country flourish. Believing in reincarnation, the parents know that their relatives, and they themselves, will be born back into their family again and again to work out their unfinished karmas. A Saivite home is a karmic factory, a recycling of souls, a mill that grinds exceedingly fine the seed karmas of this and past lives. Sutra 141 of the Nandinada Sutras. Logical, positive discipline. Shiva's followers direct children through affirmations, meaningful chores, and rules that are clear and understood, teaching that mistakes are opportunities to learn and focusing on solutions instead of punishment. Om. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we'll be reading from Merging with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary metaphysics, written by Sadguru Sivaya Subramania Swami. 365 enlightenment lessons from a mystical master, revealing the depths of Raja Yoga, the clear white light, the states of mind, and the ultimate spiritual destiny of every seeker. Today's lesson is lesson 141, and the topic is softening of the heart. The yoga of pure devotion is found at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the path. Merging with Shiva is more and more a deeply felt experiential reality when the soul gives of itself to Shiva inwardly and outwardly in unabashed devotion. Prapatti truly is the key that unlocks the love needed as merger increases as the years pass by and, as Sadguru Yoga Swami said, love pours forth to melt the very stones. Bhakti Yoga is not an intellectual study. It is a practice. It is also not an emotional experience. It is a devotional experience. There is a difference which we will come to understand. Bhakti Yoga is not a cure-all, nor a means to fast enlightenment. Rather, it is the foundation for enlightenment. It is not a technique, nor is it a magic mantra. It is a way of life. The transformation that comes from living in the state of Bhakti Yoga is the softening of the heart. External worship, Bhakti Yoga, is taught first on the spiritual path because it produces a softened, mellow heart. It is to waste the Guru's time to give training in meditation and contemplation before the heart has been softened through Bhakti Yoga. The patient Guru will wait until this has happened within the devotee. Otherwise, any accomplishment attained through intense Raja Yoga practices will not be sustained, and the problems that arise within the devotee's subconscious mind, should he be taught Raja Yoga before the proper preparation has been mastered, will go back on the Guru. The Guru will then have to act as the psychiatrist to solve the problems arising from the forced awakening. Whereas a mature bhakta takes such problems or negative karmas, which are sometimes aroused as a result of deep meditation, to the temple deities, placing them at their feet to be dissolved. This will not happen for the devotee who has not experienced living in the state of Bhakti Yoga, because the relationship has not yet been established between himself and the gods. Therefore, the wise Guru starts his devotee at the beginning of the path, not in the middle. The path begins with Charya, getting to know the gods and developing a relationship with them through service. Charya is Karma Yoga. Then Kriya is experience. Kriya is Bhakti Yoga. Once Bhakti Yoga has melted the heart, then the deep yoga concepts and meditation techniques of Raja Yoga may be practiced. They are to be understood within the internal mind, not just memorized. The wise Guru will never teach deep meditation techniques to angry, jealous, fearful devotees. Such devotees should first learn to serve selflessly by performing Karma Yoga projects in the ashram, and then perform simple Bhakti Yoga until all anger has melted into love. The inner knowing that all is Shiva's will is one of the first benefits of Bhakti Yoga. Only through true Bhakti can the yogi achieve and maintain the inner state of Sachidananda. It is only the true bhakta who can sustain living with God and the gods unreservedly and begin to internalize his devotion into deeper meditations. One cannot internalize devotion until it has been truly externalized. Here is an example to explain the process of the internalization of devotion. A devotee resents something said to him by another devotee and flares up in anger. The two devotees part, but the anger remains in the form of burning resentment. The emotion of anger has been internalized, but may later be unleashed on someone else. And that's it for today's lesson. Take care of yourselves, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you in the next video. Om Namah Shivaya.